Sound check. Testing. Open panel. What's this? Where is that? No one wants to jump on. You jump on. Yep. Old videos even. I'll put this one up for now. Not even a video. Been string off for a while. This is me a good few years ago. Oh, bollocks. I accidentally keep myself in. Alright, Turbinator. Bullshit. This is me a good few years ago. I was about to press this button and I end up pressing. I haven't got one mouse. It's got this blooming stupid. Smells just starting out doing Muay Thai. Where is it? Oh, well, nothing ever goes right. Man. Where's it gone? Probably deleted the video by accident. Twat. Oh, what's that there?
3. Round 3.
Bosh. Right, tubes. Bullshit. Whack a link out. I ain't got the mouse. I've got this touch mouse pad. Drives me nuts. You can't see where the buttons are. I have to guess where they are. How's it going, Tools? Which country are you in at the moment? Where in the world are you? I've been stringed on a kick as well. I'm trying to work out a multi-string. You coming to Jamaica? How Jamaica? Oh dear. I'm thinking about travelling around a bit later this year. What's the weather like in the UK at the moment? You're hitting spring now, aren't you? Yeah, we're in June. Probably not a bad time to cross over, go far west. For you lot, this is the far east. And for me, you lot live in the far west. Oh dear, I just feel a bit down in the dumps. I don't know what's the matter with me. I need to fucking cheer up. Rain and a touch. It's a bit like over here. It's a bit rainy and drizzly. I quite like it like that though, because it's just, I don't know, you can actually do stuff in this weather. Normally it's so fucking hot you can't move without bursting into a sweat. I quite like the rain sometimes. I do miss the rain in England. I quite like the miserable fucking weather. I'm a miserable fucking bastard. I was looking at putting some curtains up today, some black ones. Dear. Oh, not followed me over. There's some video on the exposure. I can't help but fucking mention this. All I know on YouTube, the drama side to it. On the community post, where I have to say this because K Leatherhead K9, that's the one that preferred to be known as. She was going on about people downloading images. I think people just take shit to the extreme. You know? It's like, let's just be real. Like, if you're got your camera on, walking down the street, and the child walks past the camera, it's hardly downloading an image, an indecent image, putting it in your phone and then uploading it. It's just like people are just being really petty and picking out mad shit. But when somebody gets pictures of your 8-year-old daughter and sends them to your WhatsApp, so you know, like your Instagram, and says, if you you know, basically in a nutshell, is if you don't give me money, then you know I'm putting these all over my community page. Then I think that's a lot more serious. Hi there, Nin 9249. I was having a little look on YouTube at the moment. See if anything worth sharing on screen. Somewhere where I won't copyright me. A lot of snitches on this fucking YouTube. Inside Corntrunk Vale Prison. 1420. Right here. I spent 1/3 of my life in prison. I've been getting bored of this YouTube, to be honest. Like watching documentaries about real people that done real stuff. You know what? If we got picked like someone, you know, at random, someone in the chat that say Torbs or I don't know, Axel, you're my master or something like that, wherever you are, or even this Nin, and we just sat you down and we interviewed. We had a little chat with you backstage about your life story. I bet you've got everybody's got an interesting story somewhere. And that would be a lot more interesting listening to that. Listen to some of the crap that's going on here. I bet there's loads, because one thing I should drive a taxi in England, I should drive a minicab, and we should talk to a lot of different people. And the most interesting people I found, actually, to be honest, were old people. They live like a really interesting lives. You know, they live some crazy lives. And there's one bloke I picked up from an old people's home. He's really, you know, I had to help him walk with a Zimmer frame. He turned out as a fucking pilot in World War II at the age of 15, 16 years old. Can you imagine that? Like, you know, when I was 15, I was popping pills. People back in 1939 were flying bloody planes and shooting at each other. How mad is that with all propeller engines and stuff? was the care for ballerina who was wow. So that in itself, living to 96, that's an accomplishment. No, I can imagine. Oh shit, different metal, the old folk. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I look at a teenager today, and I don't know. I don't know. For me, from where I live, I think that they're just not clued up as I was when I was a teenager. When I was a teenager, I was popping pills, going to raves at 15. Maybe they are up to that. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I don't know if my parents knew I did or what I didn't. I don't know if my parents knew or I didn't know what I was up to. I seriously doubt I don't have any control of it, to be honest. Saw asleep, Jimmy. We were. Hello, Swing. Where's your spanner gone? Swaddy. Swaddy. Swaddy clap. Swaddy. Axel, you're my master. Oh, dear. Axel's a fucking nut, man. I could break down that walk yesterday. Like, in the day, I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. That's why I just had to leave the cage panel. I voluntarily left before being kicked. It's just a high level wrongness on all parts and all parties. You got Kay saying that she's going to grass into the DWP, whoever it is, for walking rather than take his mobility scooter. You got Dave and Ash saying that they got a drone footage of him having a pee, which is just ridiculous. Axel's walked for at least 30 minutes more, walking past street signs, out of breath, and yet people like Ash and Dave couldn't even tickle him. Pathetic. Now, I'm not a fan of Axel at all whatsoever. And then putting a child on the screen or something like that is, I don't know the dynamics towards that. The problem is, I saw Big Vlad put it up, and I think he's more authentic than people like what's her name, Kay and Ash, because they'll just get something and make it into something that's nothing. I had to close YouTube down and have my Sunday dinner. It was shocking what's been going on. I know it is, but I was talking to Paddy Ward. I can't remember if it was backstage or on the front stage, and it's just people just calling people out to meet up, and no one meets up. It's just like it's not that difficult to meet up if you're really serious about settling YouTube beefs. You just go and do it. I mean, you got Google Maps. You send the link from Google Maps to the place you're going to go. Old Bill, they're not going to be bothered about two people having a fight in a park. Where as long as if you brought some people around with you, then to make a little wall around it. These jippos, they have fights all the time. In warehouses and back gardens or whatever. And it's not that fucking difficult to arrange a straightener. You could do it in the gym. It could be in a garden. It could be, if you I can't go there because the old Bill will turn up. And people are fucking calling the old Bill. They're calling people out, and then when they actually turn up, they call the old Bill, and then it was just the opposite was happening. I couldn't tell who was who, which channel I was watching at one point. I was watching Axel's or Kay's. It was all the same stuff, and they're all restreaming each other. And then you got like them calling Axel a grass. Well, Ash has said I've got to go and call the police on Axel because he might have a blade in his pocket and Dave's life can be in danger. I mean, what the fuck is going on with these mental people? They're absolutely fucking mental. Oh dear. All this in the aim of entertainment. Fucking bollocks. I wouldn't mind if they turned up and had a fucking row. That 3D Fight Club, that's what that really let us down, because it had a chance to get all these beefs and put them on a ring and a platform where people could earn money, but not that. I think their expectations were too high. It just shows how deluded these people are. Think they get 50 grand and 40 grand, and they were unhappy when they got a couple of £100. I'm sorry, but that's all you're worth. Like, you get two. So I know some people that are working out amateurs, they actually have to pay to get to fight. They actually have to pay to start their careers off. Oh dear. No, there's platforms out there. If you're really serious about, meeting up and having a fair go, there's multiple ways you can do it. But all I can see is just multiple excuses after excuse after excuse after excuse. I want to bring that string back. At least that string wasn't afraid to get in and fighting trolls. I miss those days, and there was a bit of serious stuff and then not so serious stuff, and I don't know. Dave's nothing. Yeah, he's a nugget. It's just a game for them. I'll see what's happening. Yeah, I know. The numbers are going up as they're doing it, and I don't know. Some people keep saying I'm crying about the 2.5 bags. I ain't crying about that. I'm crying about that I thought it was all a line was drawn in the sand, and he sent me a picture of my kid. And that there was no forgiveness. That's what I'm fucking crying about, humble. So if you got a problem with that, so I went back to England. I did nothing. You're right, I did nothing because I was in the middle of doing something else. Is that all right with you, humbled? But don't forget, I came to Phuket, but you said you was. And where was you? Anyway. Put another link out there. Oh yeah, Lieutenant. I forgot. I'm going to dress Lieutenant as well. I was on Chris the Brick's panel. Apologies to Chris the Brick. I bring the drama across, but Lieutenant jumped on Ash's panel. Well, there was an argument going on with me against everybody that was on the panel, and that Kay was calling me a necrophiliac, and that LTG Lieutenant was going, "Oh, is he a necrophiliac? Oh my god!" Like it was gospel true because it came out of Kay. That's why I was fucking angry with it. And my dogs are kicking off. All crying over that. Yeah, it is. 100%. Smack rat. 100%. He's never gonna. I don't understand why YouTube give him a pass for that. I put it on my community post. I had to cover up because I want to dox my own child. I mean, it was a few years ago, mine, but it was about 8 or 9 when that picture went up. When that picture went up, and that picture was sent to me. It wasn't even like stay off YouTube. It was he made up some story that job which he was supposed to have done for me, where he was supposed to be catching some scammers. He's supposed to be catching a scammer, rather scammers, what you call them, and he was paid up front to do the foreground, the what do you call it, to set up the job, to see how it could be done, the planning, the arrangements, or whatever, see what was what, and come up with a plan. Then he accused me of contacting those people and giving his details, and then people froze his missus' bank account, and then they demanded £100,000 of him, which he doesn't have, And these people are very clever and they know the law and they know how to manipulate the law and blah, blah, something along those lines. And they know a lot of mercenaries and stuff like that. And he said he hasn't got £100,000 because I ratted him out, which I didn't. Not what he's going on about. He needs £100,000 off me. And then he got loads of pictures of my missus and my kid and my dogs. And he said, and I turned around in that on the voice note, and I said, I tried to play it. I just said, these pictures mean nothing to me. I'm hoping he'd throw him off the scent. He said, if they mean nothing to you, I'm going to put them up all over my community page. If these pictures mean nothing to you, and you go to bed and you think about what you said, that's what you said to me, exact words. Because if these pictures mean nothing to you, then I'll put them all over my community page. And you can tell by his voice, that he wasn't stressed about some heavy hitters hitting him up for 100K. He was nice and relaxed. He sounded like he was having a drink around a lot of kids in a playground, to be honest, if you listen to the background noise. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I don't see an ending in all this. I think it's like grass versus grass, to be honest. They're all fucking snitches. One gets close to the other one, they fucking grass, and the other way around. It's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. It's not gang wars, it's grass wars. You got K like saying like what shows he works. Yeah, I know. Yep. He works there. Yeah, I know. At the end of the day, like, I'm an advert for not, for making people aware about, what it's about, and then you got Paul, and then you got who's the other one? Somebody else I can't remember. Once bitten, twice shy, and all that, but people keep seem to get bit before they actually turn. But anyway, that's all by the by. He'll get dealt with in his own time. Sometimes nature catches up with these people and all evens out in the end. Yeah, they've all got something on each other. Once bitten and twice shy. Can't see my history. So I've got loads of documentaries to watch here. Inside Scotland's toughest estate, 15 years on. The Prisoners Series 1. There's loads of stuff I could be watching on this YouTube on this shit, man. The King of New York, the man who ruled New York mafia crime, full movie. There's loads of shit to watch on here, man. Phuket Quiet Now, BKBFC debut, Darren Till versus Aaron Chalmers. Robbery failed. They thought they had an easy score, became the worst nightmare. See what I mean? There's like loads of shit. Infiltrated into Morocco's hash drug trafficking. Fucking loads of stuff to watch on YouTube, man. I'm going to highlight this comment before I read it. So I don't know what it's going to say. I'm sick of people calling people nonsense with no evidence. Team got one today. Oh, nice one, Maria. Who's had his kids on his TikTok again? Isn't Danny G, is it? I'm joking. All right, Timmy, long time no see. Come in having K fight his battles for him, making him up. Yeah, I know what I mean. I know. You know, been a brilliant. He had his camera on, he was filming the living sky. Man. Pathetic. Or water under the bridge of Maria, if anybody's wondering why I'm talking. It's interesting you say that, Maria. I found something on TikTok which Humble Drive put up. It's a picture of your nemesis, bird shit. And he's saying he's going to get bummed, bum. He's going to jail. He's going to get bum. At the same time, he's sitting with him. He's sitting with him and with a man who's got him as a moderator. Like, you know, I'm not going to mention any names. I'll just nickname him Ashley Douglas. It's like everyone, even Apollo says, we all know what Burkett is. And then he dug out some more stuff on him in a tattoo shop to do with grooming a 17-year-old. And he got hold of I think Apollo was speaking to the woman's mother. And because she was over 16 or something, what they could do is try and talk her into coming home, but she'd been totally groomed. And Apollo, the reason I mention Apollo is because that bloody Cumbian keeps like looking up to Apollo as if he's God. I think Apollo is it. Follow you. Isn't that about God? Oh, no, someone said it. I don't know. Someone says about God. Read the paperwork. Yeah, I think they're talking about Douglas. See what I mean? They're all fucking birds of a feather. Man. I've heard he's actually on bail for the very thing which he's marching against a child as well. Well, that one out. I'll let Paddy Mac look into that. He's good at collecting court data information, which is in the public domain already. I think she's talking about Ash, because I know that he's not allowed around kids unsupervised. It's in the paperwork. The paperwork was to do with his ex. One of his exes. Yep, a sausage. All right, Northeast. Syndicate. Think about changing my curtains to black curtains. What do you reckon? Maybe I'll just put one room with a black curtain. Or like a pirate flag on it. I don't know. Just think out loud, sorry. That's normal. Must have had a pass. Yeah, he has, man. He's done almost just about every wrong thing he could possibly do. And, you know, you got Kay saying people are a threat to women and children, especially women. And she's sitting on a live with a man who's been to prison for hitting a bird with a baseball bat. She tried to change the wording to clipped a woman with a baseball bat. He still did time for it. Was it 17 months or something, whatever it was, for a fray? So it was enough to go to prison for it. But it's just like before I left the Cage channel, I said you pick your bacons, you pick and choose which bacons you want to protect and which ones you want to support. I know. She's one of the worst. The worst for misinformation. They all are, man. They all fucking spread misinformation about each other. I mean, wasn't it funny when Grumble was had he, yeah, but looked like a talking heads due to black curtains and black shisha. Oh yeah, that was funny. I'll tell you what. I mean, I don't know what the rest of the public made of it, but I reckon Paddy ran loops around Humble because Paddy Conroy, in my opinion, was when you know you're telling the truth and you can back it up with facts. That's like half the job. That's like 60-70% of the debate won. But Humbles was trying to counter with lies, which is a lot more difficult, and he didn't do a good job. So I think he was. And then I noticed Emma did something similar, like just not arguing, just going on and just letting him sound like an absolute idiot, saying that those voice notes were AI. That's what Humble said. And I think she said something like, "So you're going to go with AI? Okay, no, I'm not going to argue. If you think so, it's AI. Yep. It's just fucking obvious that those voice notes were fucking not AI from fucking Humbles and voice notes about what he said he was going to do to Davey and stuff like that, man. And these people are all about walking around like seriously, something just ain't fucking right, man. It ain't right. One man makes a comment about his opinion about what would happen to Tinfoil, and he gets remanded in custody, and he's already not well. These people are going around making death threats left, right, and it's like blatant death threats, and they're out and about and like online as well. Like, so it's not even like a private thing where it's like out there, clear as day for everyone to see. Real human. What's that? Oh, I missed something there. Scroll up. Oh, bollocks. Get proper mouse. Oh. Oh, I've done. Oh, I can't scroll up with this bloody. I haven't got a proper mouse. Hit the button, damn it. Real human. I had a dirty longer than my daughter seen it. And it was daytime. Now, what's this? That's CT. CT phone. I had tunes on my phone. I was putting clothes on my daughter. Came in the text, and he fucking he done it to me as well. Yeah, he done it to me as well. And people saying, "Oh, you shouldn't have." Their excuses, "Oh, you shouldn't have kids in the room when you're watching this YouTube." Why not? You're saying that back in the old days, our parents, when they're watching 18 videos, it said 18 certificate, those VHSs, that the kids weren't in the background, making a milkshake or whatever we did. You shouldn't. They're not watching triple X rated porns. They're watching stuff which material for 18s and over. He done it to me. He porn bombed me, and then when I go on his channel, he puts his banner up. How weird is that, man? I think they're trying to use each other. What a skull past. Oh, I've done it again. No, I'm fuming. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, because some people watch this YouTube on the televisions as well, especially, if their mobile phones, the batteries run out or anything like that. It's easy to put it on a big screen. A child could easily walk past them. If you're watching the living room, your child walks past to go and get a drink out the fridge. That is. He done it to me as well. He pawn bombed me, and then when I go on his panel, he puts the banner up as if I'm gonna, because he thinks I want to do it back to him, but I'm not. I don't pawn bomb people. That in itself, is, if Humble Dry is this big nonce, what are they called, pedo hunter, he would have sacked him for that alone. But he's not. He's just working for a hierarchy. He's just a troll, isn't he? Once I had it up, I felt dizzy. I know it's absolutely crazy. Like, I've been pawn bombed a few times, and the times before I didn't know who the pawn bomber was, but this geezer is so fucking sick. He walks into a police station, he gives a statement on a live. He pawn bombs people and then lets people know that he's pawn bombed them. He's a different level of fucking stupid, and wrong and stupid. How could you trust him with anything? He can't even trust himself. Something got me. Something got me. Well, there is definitely something on his acro. 100%. I know from Anton. Don't ask me how I know. I know through Anton. Let's put it like that. And who's it? The probation services. I believe Anton's missus' sister works for probation services, and they found something very dodgy on his acro, on his paperwork rather. But why Jimmy? I'm gonna. Jimmy. Yeah, nice one. Thanks for coming in. Doing some foxes. Oh, God. Yeah, no worries, man. Thanks. Thanks for coming in. That's the problem. Like, you turn on YouTube to go on panels, they might hear some bad words or something like that. But graphic porn is. I'm trying to protect my kids from that stuff. I live in Thailand as well, so there's a lot of girl bars and stuff like that. You can't help but miss them and drive past them. I'm trying to sort of, having a daughter. I don't like her seeing all that kind of stuff, but she has to be aware of it as well. Well, if she's not aware of it, how can she avoid it? But people come out and do that kind of stuff. It's fucking disgusting. I wouldn't even want my missus to fucking see it. I don't want anyone to see it. Triple X rated porn is for the person who wants to see it. Shouldn't be forced on someone. It's the equivalent of somebody coming up in the street and flashing at you. Yeah. People that back him have got similar stuff in their closet. I mean, that K's been calling me a speedo for bloody ages. I want to say that my missus was 13, and then the other day I got on. She didn't know what was going on, and I said, "How old are you?" And she thought I was playing a joke. She said 60, and then Kay said, "Oh, she said 16." I said, how old are you? He said, 36. I was like, why not just say that the first time? He doesn't understand all this shit that's going on here. I just use TV. You can see it. Windows. Yeah, I know. I don't use the television as much because you can't comment, but I do use it sometimes. I'm flicking around the television, everything's internet now. I've got Netflix, YouTube. I don't watch any like BBC and all that. Remember, people, if CT is on the panel, switch it off and don't watch it. Most of the time, I watch it on my mobile phone, so it's all right. But sometimes I've got it on a stand in my car as I'm driving. Luckily, my daughter's got a head in her own. Everyone seems to have their heads in their own devices nowadays. Plus, she's got her earphones on most of the time. Oh, don't back anyone. Oh yeah, for sure he does. He's working for someone who's he reckons he's gonna have on a podcast. So I bet Humble would not let me on to speak to Stephen Sayers. I'll bet you anything. If you put the link out there, John, I'll bet you won't let me speak to him. Speak to Stephen Sayers direct. But I really want to speak to him. You can't speak to the great Stephen Sayers. Not no one. Not no how. First time I was ever porn bombed, it was by Dave. That was 2020. I didn't even know like what the implications were. I didn't know what to do, so I just sort of laughed, like with a nervous laugh. So many other people on the panel was my friend that messaged me and he said, you got to take that down. That's how they take your channels down, by porn bombing it. I was like, oh, bollocks, I had some good people on that panel as well. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Tunes has got quite a few people watching him as well. Fucking horrible bastard, that Ash. Horrible. Just about anything wrong and out there that could be done, he's got his name on it. You'll just remember most of the stories about the background on newspapers. I know. You ask people like Dave or Ash, they always say they're putting the evidence out there soon. They're putting it out there soon. They never do. And I think Dave, he couldn't work out who I was, and I think he titled a few lives about me before he finally hit the jackpot, and he made it look like he found it himself. It turned out all along it was actually somebody else on YouTube. I don't have a problem with now that I actually made a mistake. I took a photo of Facebook and I put it on my community post. I didn't realise when you make a community post, I thought when you actually click on the picture, it makes it bigger. I didn't realise you could see the bottom corner had my Facebook profile name in it. And that was how I doxed myself, which is what person I don't have a problem with now told me that I did. By that time, David got a hold of it and he'd gone through anything that was public on my Facebook, which I didn't realise. One other problem with Facebook is when they do updates, which really pisses me off. When the reels, the updates of the reels, and when you start doing these, like the stories that were new and the reels, they were automatically set as public. And I thought because my Facebook has got everything that's on friends only or whatever, that it would automatically put anything new up as friends only. I didn't realise every story I put up when the stories came up, all these reels that I put up when they first introduced that, they're all public. And I was like, fuck, I had to go through somebody else's Facebook who wasn't a friend of mine to see what they could see. I was like, Jesus Christ. And that Anne Dragon, said by me putting pictures of my daughter on my Facebook, I'm touting her out for business. What a weird thing to say. Yeah, I remember that. I think that's on Twitter. Yeah, I know you haven't shared the full acro, Maria, because you know me when I me and you had that whatever your gym would call it, I probably would have put it out then if I had it. I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't go that long. But you know, you've got to remember that the reason why he gave you that acro was to prove that he weren't a wrong one. So if there's anything on that acro that proves that he is a wrong one, then well, that's I'll leave that to your discretion because I don't know what's on it. If you'd given his acro out, Maria, it would be plastered all over the place by now. The fact he's keeping it so sacred, you know, I don't know why he doesn't want anyone. I don't know roughly what's on it, but I don't think it paints his character as I don't need his acro anyway. Anything you need to know about him, it's all in the Liverpool Echo. That's all you need to know. Nah, don't say that, Maria. They just keep putting pressure on you. Just keep the acro in a box, locked up in a safe somewhere. I've seen what Humbles has, you know, threatened your kid and stuff like that. He's a fucking vile piece of shit. They've always got an excuse. Always got an excuse. Oh yeah, but she did this and she did that and she did this and she did that. You don't go after kids, end off. Yeah, I know. That's the problem. That's what you're scared of as well. His food is his bread and butter. It's in my G drive. I needed someone to rent him of Luigi. Years. Oh. Yeah, yeah. Karma will come to him for sure. 100%. I guarantee that. I'm not like an Irish bullshitter. When I say something is going to happen, it's going to fucking happen. It's not what would happen. It's when. Well, I'm gonna unwind now. Sorry about that. She was on YouTube before I go. She's been watching. 420's live. Society X, you've been at that. Only B-Boo still live. Tyrone. Henry B's done a few videos. Andy Beep, I'm not sure if he's still on. No, he's finished. Oh, fucking hell. I haven't seen Andy Beep on a big screen. I've only seen on a tiny little phone screen. proper mouth. Oh, leave that picture before I go. They came to my home where my autistic child is again. Yeah, notice they got a pattern of visiting women's homes and disabled people's homes. They'll get in. Oh yeah. They're all falling apart, and then their hatred for Roxy pulled them all back together. They'll fall out again. It's not how, but when. All right. See you soon, everyone. I'm done. End of the day today. Got school tomorrow. Thanks for popping in, everyone. Smell you later. Remember, Humbles is a mug.